What I wanted to ask you, Professor Tony, is with all the years of experience that you have, what do you believe that are the current challenges in terms of the therapeutic modalities out there? Do you feel that the support services can be better, or do you think it should change? What are your thoughts about the current support services?
Okay, there are values with support services, but one of the most important things is that they are trained in autism. Because you have to have a different manual, you have to have a different approach, and some of the things that you work with typical individuals or intellectually disabled individuals and so on won't work in autism. Now, some people in those services intuitively get it. They don't need to go on any training programs. They're great, but not everyone. Now, that means that there's a training. Another part of, to a certain extent, support services is the staff turnover. It's too fast. And parents say, there was a rapport, there was a relationship, it was magnificent, but it was only 3 months and they moved on. Because often the support services don't pay enough. It's not really a good living wage. And so you get people who are there because of benevolence and wanting to help autistic individuals. But the turnover, and for the autistic person, it takes them a long time to get to know somebody, to trust them. Autism and trust is very important. So it's staff turnover and changes that concern me. But it's also looking at support services for areas like daily living skills, from dressing skills to budgeting and so on need to be covered. But also social network, to make sure that that person has a social network. I call in autism, there are the introverts and the extroverts. And the extroverts want to socialize, but may not have the opportunities, so need encouragement there. But also with emotion management. So the support services have to be very diverse in the support they provide.
Yes, that one size does not fit all, 100%. No. Do you perhaps have some practical strategies where parents can support their children or take part in this education, you know, in the development of it? If, like you said, the staff turnover is big and it's quick. So do you feel that parents can take more of an active role there? Do you have some practical strategies for them?
Yeah, the way I describe it is that mother and father have been studying their son or daughter very hard. And in study, if you study for 7 years, you are given a PhD. So I say that these parents have an honorary PhD in the study of their son or daughter. So that knowledge needs to be given credit because they've tried various things. They know what is likely to work. They are wise. They are great sources of information. Otherwise, you'll keep repeating the same mistakes. Yes. So they are central because they're there for the person's life. It's a marathon. And they are there for the successes, but also the failures too. Yes. So it's looking at how can you support the parents to maintain their involvement and commitment, because they're the central individuals. When all the other staff have come and gone, they're there and will continue to be there. So it's family support in a way. But it's also being involved with the social and emotional dimensions. School and various other centres will work on academic skills, learning to read, learning to get academic qualifications, perhaps for a job, etc. But at school, there is the social curriculum, but nobody may be teaching it. Yeah. Because it's not viewed as a school's responsibility. So what I say to parents is, could you be a mentor for your son or daughter? And we play the game of puzzling peers. Okay. And we say, look, there's going to be some time in the day when one of your peers rolled their eyes, said something but didn't match their facial expressions, or they were weird. Yeah. Please let me know. Let's see if we can work it out. Now, they're not here, so you don't have to be embarrassed or concerned about this. You were there. Let's look in the mirror together. Can you make the face that they made at the time? What did they say? What did they do? Was that friendly or not friendly? A bit difficult to determine. Okay, if it happens again, you could say, am I reading you right? Or I'm not sure what to say here, or why you're doing this. I'm confused. Can you help me? So we play the game of puzzling peers, but that can include being bullied and teased. And for many autistic individuals, they're nice guys. They wouldn't do that. And they can't understand why someone would enjoy hurting them and being cruel to them. And they ruminate on that for a long time because they can't have closure, because they can't understand why. So it may well be when they get home from school or center, give them time to relax. And then it's a bit of an opportunity. Okay, today, what went right? What was good? Yeah. What was confusing? And let's explore that too. But also, it's going through emotion management, because it's a project on emotions. How to read a face, how to read body language. For typical individuals, you don't need to learn how to read a face. You know it. You know, duh. I mean, of course that person is embarrassed. But in autism, you may not know that. So what I would say for parents, they need to teach the individual how to read body language. You can have various games of expressing feelings. That is the opportunity to read it and express it. And parents can do a project on feelings. So social and emotional, I would see very much as something parents can do.
Yes, exactly. That is so important. I think even from a young age to start teaching about body language, and you know, that people lie and that they don't always mean what they're saying. I think that's very important. And